Driving your car is a good way to get around, but it's always fraught with bad habits that involve your driving that'll cost you more and more money if you're not careful. Allow me to show you some.
Hey, before we get into the video, be sure to enter our brand new giveaway. We'll be giving away either an iPhone X Max, the new iPad mini, or simply just $600. It's your choice. Be sure to leave a like, comment the keyword, subscribe, turn on notifications, and most importantly, watch the whole video to enter the giveaway. It's that simple.
This one may not be as visible as you might think, but the fact of the matter is your mood greatly affects how efficiently you drive, and by extension, how much money you save on things like gas and repairs. The biggest tip that most people have is that you shouldn't drive angry. But is that really true? Yes. Yes, it is. But now your question, no doubt, is, why is that true? Well, let's think about how you act when you're angry. You get stubborn in your line of thinking, you lash out at others who might have done you wrong, you yell, get erratic, and don't care, at times, if other people are getting hurt in the process. Now imagine doing all of this while inside your car. Exactly, that's gonna cause you problems. First and foremost, you likely won't respect other drivers, and then when they get mad at you for your reckless driving, you'll get even angrier, which makes you even more erratic. Not to mention, you'll speed more, brake harder, swerve into other lanes just so you can get to your next destination a little quicker, and more. On the surface, this may not seem like it'll cost you money, but excessive swerving can hurt your tires. Slamming on your brakes hurts them and your car, and because you're not caring about these factors, you're burning through gas, all of which can cost you most in both the long and short run. An episode of Mythbusters actually tested this, and they indeed found that you spend a lot more fuel when driving angry than if you're driving in a calm state of mind. So, if you've had a stressful day and you're about to drive home, get into your car and just take a few minutes to decompress and relax. It'll serve you well in the long run. 7. Tailgating. Here's one that a lot of people do, and it's honestly one of the most dangerous things to do on the road today. To be clear, driving close to someone in something like traffic is unpreventable, and that's not the issue here. But when you're on the open highway or freeway, and you're only a few feet away from another car or truck or semi in front of you, that's dangerous in all sorts of ways. The biggest one is that if something happens in front of the other car and they slam on their brakes, you'll have a fraction of a second or two to stomp on yours to prevent a car accident. Oftentimes, you won't have the time, and that's the problem. So why do people do it? Why do people tailgate on the open roads? Well, it's because they feel they're saving gas by drafting with them. And to an extent, it's true. Mythbusters prove that if you were to tailgate a semi, you would actually gain miles per gallon depending on how far you were from them. And cars can give this in a smaller effect. The catch is that a few extra miles isn't worth having to repair your entire car. If you get caught in the wrong spot, you'll be damaging the front of your car because you slammed into the person you're tailgating, and you'll get hit from behind because someone behind you will likely slam into you as well. Be smart, people. Be a good 2 seconds behind a person on the freeway or highway. Come on. Admit it. We all do it, even if it's only subconsciously. Speeding is one of the most dangerous parts of being on the road, and that goes for even if you yourself aren't doing it. Now, just like tailgating, there are some caveats to this. There are instances where speeding is okay, mainly if you're trying to pass a car on the road, as you're only doing a short burst of speeding and that won't hurt you overall. But when you're speeding constantly, it may seem like you're doing good as you're getting to your destination faster, but it's putting a strain on your car in more ways than one. First, you're burning gas faster. Your car gets its miles per gallon based on the conditions in the city driving versus highway driving, and the speed you're going. The peak of its fuel efficiency is usually around 65 miles per hour, as that's the standard for most highways. Going way above that might get you to a place faster, but it'll burn more gas in the process, causing you to spend more money on gas than if you just played it conservative to get to your destination a few minutes later. Plus, speeding can put you in more danger of car collisions, because the faster you're going, the harder it'll be to stop your car. And if a car pulls in front of you because it can't tell you're going way faster than them, you're in trouble. Not to mention, if a cop catches you speeding above a certain limit, they'll give you a ticket, and the more speed you're pulling, the more the ticket will be worth. You could even lose your license, which would cost you even more money in the long run. 5. Tire pressure. If we were to make a list of the most important things on your car, your tires are without a doubt in the top 5. After all, they're kind of the thing that keeps you on the road in a very smooth fashion. But despite them being what helps the car go, they're also one of the things that drivers often forget to take care of. It's easy to think about gas, or oil, or physical damage, But often, we assume that the tires will just go until they can't go no more. But that's not the case. Your driving, the weather, the road, and more can affect how your tires are, especially in terms of tire pressure. The pressure in your car's tires allow for the road to not only be smooth, but for you to get good gas mileage. If you let your tire pressure slip, then you're costing yourselves money via gas. But there's also a danger of overinflating your tires. If you do it too much, you risk the tires exploding, and that'll cost you even more money. So be kind to your tires, and they'll be kind to you. Or don't, and watch as they disintegrate in front of your eyes. 4. Distracted driving. Let's be honest, life is stressful, and sometimes the hardest thing to do during the day is just getting to work or getting home from work. And many people take advantage of the fact that they aren't doing much in their car and decide to do something else while driving. Now, true, not everything is bad. Eating in the car can be done well if in good moderation. Listening to music is fine as long as it's not too loud or you're not too into it. But doing too much in your car can cause you to get distracted from the road. And when that happens, bad things tend to follow. And I'm not even talking about being on your phone. I'll get to that later. But just in general, like trying to do your makeup in the car. We've seen people do it. Or getting work files ready through a quick shuffle. Or how about taking care of the kids in the back seat while you're driving? Talking with your friends? Taking your eyes off the road for even a few seconds is dangerous, but continuing to do it over long periods of time can get you in all sorts of trouble, not the least of which is a car accident, or just going off the road, or onto a sidewalk, etc., all of which will cost you money if severe enough. Be mindful of the road. It deserves to be respected. 3. Winter maintenance. It's wintertime at the point of this video being released, and something that a lot of people forget to do is make sure that their car is ready for the winter season. Depending on how cold it gets in your part of the world, your car can be negatively affected by the winds, temperature, snow, and more. Just to start, if you don't have enough gas in your car, the liquid can freeze, making it so the vehicle won't start. Then, there's the fact that if your battery isn't well taken care of, it won't let the car start either. Or how about your windshield wipers? Having them stick to the windshield because of the freezing cold is actually really bad for their long-term health, and could cause you to get new ones because the old ones are really damaged. The option of snow tires is out there, but it's not a requirement. But being careful on the road during a big snow or cold period is a must, of course. Make sure your car is prepared for the winter season and it'll get you to where you need to go. 2. Talking on your cell phone. Here's a sad fact for you. Despite being a law that you cannot be on your cell phone while you're driving, people still do it. Talking on your cell phone is incredibly dangerous. And for a reason I touched on before, it's distracting you. And being a distracted driver can leave you in a world of hurt, both physically and monetarily. There are many who wonder why this is. How can a cell phone cause such issues? It honestly has to do with your brain. When you're driving, your brain is focused on that and uses certain parts of your brain to help you do the task at hand. When you're on your phone, your brain is trying to both comprehend the conversation, recall what is needed to reply or answer questions, all the while helping you drive. Do you see the problem here? And that's just calling. When you text, you're taking your eyes off the road to focus on your phone so you can make the right text. This leaves you open to causing car accidents and hurting people, which is why the law got made in the first place. They wanted to make sure that people understood that this level of distracted driving is bad. Some scientific studies have been done to suggest that driving while talking on your cell phone is as bad as drunk driving. Speaking of which, number 1, driving under the influence. Do I even need to talk to you about this one? This is literally the number 1 rule of driving, outside of having a license, obviously. If you don't drive drunk. But not even drunk, you don't drive tipsy or with any alcohol in your system. Even having the smallest amount can cause you to cause an accident, which can wreck your car and you. Alcohol impairs your brain, doesn't make it function like it should. Due to this, certain natural functions get what might be called a delayed response. For example, if you're sober and are told to catch a ball, you'll likely catch it as long as you're coordinated. But if you're tipsy or drunk, your reaction, speech, hand-eye coordination, and catching abilities will all be slurred or delayed to a great degree. It may seem like you're fine, but you're not at all. There are numerous laws about driving under the influence, and even if you somehow don't get in a car accident, you could be pulled over by the cops. And the punishment for driving under the influence includes not just a fine, but jail time in certain cases. And if you're in an accident with a person, that jail time and fine goes way up. There's a reason why cabs, Uber, Lyft, and more exist. To help people get home after drinking. We're not saying you shouldn't go and have a pint with your friends, just when you're done, let someone else drive you home. You'll thank us later. How many of these do you do yourself? Do you know others who do this? Let me know in the comments below. Be sure to subscribe, and I'll see you the next time on the channel.